Hey there, Jadon. It's Daniel. I hope you're doing well. And if your family's here watching, I hope you guys are doing well also. I tried to do a video for you earlier last week, but unfortunately something happened to that video. It didn't upload correctly, so we're going to try again. So, basically this would be our second lesson. You missed the lesson for last week. So, let's just go over some basics of the ukulele. It's got 4 strings on it. And let's talk about those strings and the note names and sort of how it's tuned. So, with the ukulele, you're starting with the G string, the string closest to your body. So this is the G string, this guy. And it sounds like this. This is the in-tune note. So if you need to tune to me, go ahead and do that now. Great. So that's the G string. The next string, right here, is the C string. It sounds like this. After that, we get the E string. And lastly, we get the A string. So, with the 4 strings, you get G, C, E, and A. G, C, E, A. Perfect. So, what we went over the first time is 4 different chords, and they're sort of good entry chords to get started with. So the first chord we learned is this chord right here. So we actually learned, what were the 3 chords? We did F, G, C, and C7. So this is our C chord. And all it is all the strings will be open, and we're going to use our pointer finger, or our middle finger, whichever you prefer. I like to use my middle finger, on the 3rd fret of the highest string. That is the string closest to the floor. So, we're going to set our finger there on the 3rd fret, and we're going to strum all the notes together like this. That's our C major chord. Sounds pretty happy. It's sort of the tonal center of the ukulele, C major. And something to keep in mind when we're doing chords is with our left hand, if we can, try to curl our fingers like a grip almost when we're coming across to do our string, almost like you're pointing at the string. Boom. Instead of doing something like this. Some students will do this, which will cause problems when you're trying to play chords. You'll get stuff that sounds like this. Because the finger will start to float over other strings that need to be open. So instead of hearing something like this, you might get something like this. So just be sure that we're curling our fingers and kind of landing right on top of the string as so. Hopefully that shows up on the video. Yeah. So that's our C chord. Let's move on to the next one. Our next chord is a F chord, which looks like this. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, I imagine. So what it is, it's our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the string closest to us, the G string, that is right here. So we're going to put our middle finger right here on the 2nd fret. Boom, curled, nice and good. Our first finger, our pointer finger, is going to skip string and go onto this string here on the 1st fret. So the rest will be open, so it looks like this. And it looks kind of like this from the side. So here's our C chord again. Sorry, I'm just tuning. This is a C chord, F chord. So you can practice going between those two if you can. C chord, F chord, C chord, F chord. Our 3rd chord was our G chord. Which looks like this. And it's a little hard to see on the camera, but it's our middle finger on the 2nd fret of this string here, and then our pointer on the 1st fret of this string. Our ring finger curls right here on the 2nd fret of the string closest to the floor. So it looks like this. 1, 2, and 3. This is where some people accidentally put their finger on the 3rd fret instead of the 2nd, but they're both on the 2nd fret. This one and this one. Ba-doom, ba-doom. So we get this. That's our G chord. And our G chord likes to go back to C like this. Nope. Oops. There we go. So, here's our 3 chords. We got C, or you can play it like this. We have F, and then we have our G chord, which looks like this. And the one other chord we started to work on as well before you left is called C7. So it's similar to our C chord, right? All we're going to do is move down our finger 2 frets towards the neck like this, 1, 2, and you get C7. You can use whichever finger you like on this. I'll use my pointer for the example. Sounds like this. Kind of a bluesy chord almost, right? It's the 7th chord, dominant chord. So C7, here's C, here's C7, and we play F, and G, and C. So these are all these chords that we can play. So mess around with those 4 chords. We didn't work on any melodic stuff yet. I have a version of Happy Birthday here for you. I'm going to save that for when you're here in person. It's a little easier to understand and show you instead of showing you a paper on the camera because it's going to be reversed. It's going to be kind of confusing to look at. But we'll work on that next time. So I think that's it. Just remember, we got a G string, a C string, an E string, and an A string. And we have our 4 chords, which is C, F, G, and C7. So that's where we're at. Alright, Jade, hope you're having a good time playing the ukulele and hope to see you next week. We'll see you then. Have a good one.